If you're not very clever, you should be conciliatory, meaning if we actually are not always very clever, cunning, wise, intelligent, and moral, even in the midst of changing circumstances, difficult situations, and outside events that are obviously removed and isolated from our control, desire, will, etc., then we must at least try to be humble, modest, moral, mature, and reconcilable in different circumstances and situations, even if it seems very unwilling for most of us to become agreeable and harmonizing and pleasing, appeasing towards others. But that is the price and the consequence that we pay, and that we had to continue to pay if we refuse wisdom, intelligence, critical thinking, rational behavior, reasonable attitudes, and actions in our lives. So therefore, if we are not smart, intelligent, reasonable, and if we do not have calculating, manipulative abilities, particularly in the modern context of society, culture, economics, profession, then obviously we are going to be controlled, manipulated, and obviously commanded by the others' opinions, thoughts, judgments, assessments, and actions that we will consider directed towards us, when in reality we may be suffering from inferiority complex and from our own ignorance, arrogance, lack of confidence, courage, character, or the presence of anxiety, insecurity, obviously because we have not invested, prioritized, and developed our own sovereign qualities, distinct virtues, authentic abilities, and individual authority, etc. And that's why we cannot obey our own thoughts, feelings, philosophies, and actions, and therefore we will also be controlled, guided, and commanded by the other inferior, subordinated, unintelligent, uncritical, unwise, and unworthy men in the society, such as the politicians or our own peers, friends, who knows. And that's why it becomes fundamentally important, imperative, and necessary for all of us that we not only learn wisdom in our lives, but also try to be wise, intelligent, cunning, even if we don't want to, because it's very important to be wise even if the situation demands emotion, feeling desperately. But still we cannot give up on wisdom, reason, rationality, because the moment we stop being wise, reasonable, rational, then that also means the end of our development, enhancement, improvement, and transformation of our whole psyche, psychology, mentality, existing character, action, perception, opinion, and everything else that comes from the individual man in one way or another. So we always have to be open to basically questioning everything, interrogating ourselves, evaluating the others, by not accepting anything at all at face value.